And what's going on, everyone? My name's Dom, and this is Completing the Circuit Podcast, Episode 9. As you know, I got my friend Joe here.
Hello.
And so this is my girlfriend, Erin.
Hello.
And she is our wonderful AV technician, and she has been doing so much research on tech news lately. And I'm curious to put her on the show. She was basically more engaged last week. I was asking her a lot more questions, and I thought it might be a good idea. Well, we thought it might be a good idea to have her be a lot more involved. So what she's going to be doing is handling the screen caps for us and doing all the recording and stuff like that. So that way, because we've been trying to get screen caps in during the show. For those of you who are watching, for those of you who are listening, we do attempt very poorly to put whatever it is that we're looking at from the screens onto the video. It doesn't matter. It's not important. Right now, what's important is that she's Erin and she's in the show, and that's just how it's going to go. So let's get this thing started. Last week, we talked about Apple being total ass faces when it comes to Epic, and then that led into a whole bunch of other series of conversations. We're going to continue on that pace, but before we get into that, let's see what the hell else has gone on in the tech news this week. So, Joey, what you got for me?
Well, I have quite a bit of news. First and foremost, this is about Apple with Epic.
Okay.
And it says that the judge says that Apple can't revoke Unreal Engine development tools.
Right.
And they're asking where the 30% comes from. There was no clear answer about the 30%, of course, but so basically this is just talking about how the judge is okaying that Fortnite and Unreal Engine the games can stay off, but the dev tools need to be on.
Right. So for those who might need a little bit of context, basically during the whole Epic Apple debacle, where Epic has been trying to get around Apple's 30%, Apple pulled Fortnite from the App Store, so did Google. And in response, Epic then launched this lawsuit, which has started this whole thing. Then Apple, in response to that, basically tried to pull a move where they were going to ban anything that used the Unreal Engine, which is Apple or Epic's bread and butter, basically, from all Mac products, which some are theorizing that the reason behind the move was to, in essence, starve them of money so they could just remove them from the lawsuit entirely. And then they filed a thing. Epic filed a thing really fast to basically say, stop Apple from doing this because it's going to screw us. And I mean, that's about what I figured was going to happen.
Yeah. And this was, this is coming from The Register is what it's called. And it's by Jude Carabas. Carabas. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, so I apologize. So that's what this comes. Another thing that's happening this week, or has happened, Apple has forked over $84 million to settle a South Korean market abuse case. So what happened is that Apple was trying to make the markets out there basically pay paying under warranty, I think. So anything that was warranty or anything that those markets would have to pay instead of Apple.
Mm-hmm. Do you have that link, Erin? Do you have that link?
I have it pulled up.
Oh, do you? Okay. Mm-hmm. What is that? Send me that link real quick.
Joey, was that the one at the Register?
This one is from...
We were talking about earlier?
This is also from the Register.
Apple, South Korea.
I will send this to you now. Give me 1 second.
No problem. Apple's first time Korea. There it is. Thank you. And what do we got here? Yeah. Yeah, FTC stuff. You know, with the whole thing that happened, what is it, a few weeks ago when Bezos, and there it is, there's my Bezos plug for the episode. When Bezos and all them were sitting in front of Congress, there's a lot of heat coming on these big tech companies right now. They keep pulling stuff like this, and I think it's becoming more and more obvious they might have a little too much power. And I like Apple stuff, and to be honest with you, I like Google, but I could see the argument for the other side. I mean, the stuff that they're able to do to companies. I mean, even this current lawsuit is just a perfect example. But I mean, when you think about it, it's like, does Sprint even exist anymore? I know this seems like a weird tangent, but in the States here, if you're listening out of the country, we have we had 4 major carriers. For a while, we had like 20 of
Well,
them.
Sprint merged with T-Mobile.
Right, but it's like now we're down to 3 basically.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the same thing that happened with the airlines. You know, the companies have become so big, but they're not monopolizing. It's like this weird loophole that they found. I don't know. I really think these next 5 years there's going to be some hell to pay. I mean, you were just talking today about what is it? Bezos there's my second Bezos plug. Bezos is worth over 200 bill.
Correct. He's the richest man by $90 billion.
So he's almost richer than the second richest man by how rich that second richest man is.
Yeah.
Can you just imagine? I know that he just bought his neighbor's house for like $10 million or something. Supposedly it's going to be like a guest house.
There was a thing that says his one mansion is bigger than a neighborhood.
A neighborhood?
A neighborhood.
No way.
There was I ran across it on an accident before the podcast started. It literally said the mansion's bigger than his neighborhood.
Like a Section 8 neighborhood or a...
I know I'm horrible at this. I didn't click on the link, of course. I just read the thing.
That is scary. That's almost like the stuff you see in movies.
It was one of those things that were these. I didn't click on it because it's one of those Yahoo things where if you click on it, you have to go through so many pictures of different things before you get to the house that you want to look at.
Yeah. Oh my God. What? His house is the size of a... Did you find it?
No, I was looking. I just came across one that says Jeff Bezos' house renovation racked up $16,800 in parking tickets. It was from January, but it was just really funny.
16 grand in parking tickets. How do you get...
For his house renovation.
Oh my... 16 grand in just parking... I mean, to him, it's just like farting in the wind. There's nothing to it.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Oh my God.
If Mr. Bezos is listening, Dom does really like you.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't. And you want to come find me? Then I'd probably be his friend at that point.
Yeah, him and his bunch of his security people. Yeah.
Oh no, I wouldn't do anything like that. I'm just saying I would probably call him a jerk to his face, and then I don't even know what I would do in that case. It's one of those scenarios where you just don't know what you'll do until it happens, right? So continuing on, what did you hear about? Oh my God, I just saw it. So Apple is... So I'm surprised by this. And we talked about this in episode 1, Joey. I saw earlier, or actually I think I saw it like 2 days ago. Apple Music they're basically partnering with Porsche and their new electric car, the Taycan. And they're going to have Apple Music in the car. The phone's not required. You have a subscription, it uses whatever 4G connection it has. Or maybe in 5G. I don't know what the car has. I'm surprised that they're pairing up with Porsche. I mean, if they're going to pair up German, they already had the thing with BMW. So supposedly this is like a very, very... let me see if I can find the story for you. Apple partner Porsche. Hold on a sec here. Wish I had the story queued up. I apologize. Apple partner Porsche. Here we go. So autonews.com. Here's the story right here. I am not even going to attempt to read that name. I'm going to send you the link here. Erin, hold on one sec. So in essence, yeah, they basically, it looks like Apple is pulling more and more into the auto space. Now, I had theorized a long time ago, even before the podcast, that they were going to buy Tesla because it seemed like what Elon was doing kind of fit in line with Apple's whole sort of ideology, right? It's you can only buy through them, you can only repair through them, so on and so forth. Here's your updates.
All their cars are white.
And all their cars, I don't understand why that is. Every single Tesla's white. Have you noticed that? I just now realized. You know, as a matter of fact, that one time we saw that group of Teslas by your storage unit.
Yeah.
They were all white. Jesus. Well,
that's an Apple thing as well.
It is. The headphones have been... I wish they would make different color AirPods. But yeah. So I was just really surprised by that because I would have expected them to pair with BMW considering the whole car key thing.
Mm-hmm.
And BMW has a bigger market penetration. I mean, even though they haven't been doing as well, I'm just surprised, like, of all the cars, this extremely exclusive car, which I think starts at like, I don't know, almost 200 grand. So that's just, I don't know. I thought that was really interesting. And I'm wondering if we're ever going to see that rumored Apple car. I mean, mind you, with all the stuff that's going on.
We were supposed to have flying cars by now, too.
Yeah, we were supposed to have lots of things by now, and now all we have is coronavirus and Jeff Bezos, and there's my third plug. So, moving on. What else you got for me?
You're trying to say Jeff Bezos is like the coronavirus?
What?
That actually makes sense now.
I'm not going to put on my conspiracy theory hat. I'm just going to focus on the news.
No, I'm not saying that. You're just calling Mr. Bezos a virus.
Completing the circuit does not condone the calling of Jeff Bezos in any way, shape, or form a virus. This is for comedic and entertainment purposes only, not meant to be taken seriously in the court of law or any of those other fancy terms.
You have to do that faster, though. The guy literally speaks.
I think they speed those up. I've always wondered, especially, I don't know, this is like...
I don't know. There's a
Completing
guy...
the circuit LLC is that
There's literally a guy that...
Oh, you're right. There is
Yeah.
a dude who does that. There's like a few of them.
Yeah.
It's like the dude who does the movie trailer voices. This fall, coming to a theater near you, Captain America and an eagle. And this, I don't know. I got
Did you
nothing.
really have to bring up the eagle like that video game where you pet your eagle?
The one that, the one that Sam hated and Kyle loved.
You get to pet your eagle.
Speaking of Sam, for those who are fans of Sam will be back next week. He is in the process of getting married, so his focus is on how he's going to live the rest of his
How
life.
dare he focus on that?
And not us, right?
See, we're dedicated. And if Sam sees this, you're not dedicated.
Sorry, that just made me. I was taking a
But
sip of my
anyways,
water.
getting back to what we're talking about. Sorry, guys. We're just slap happy right now.
Absolutely.
So going back to that, also that 84 million settlement. So what that's going to do, so that 84 million is going to go towards create an R&D support center for SMEs in the manufacturing center, fund a developer academy, and work with social enterprises to ensure schools get the tech they need. So that's going to be good. South Korea is going to use that money and make sure that things are going basically what we have.
So they're going to use it in a positive sense.
Yeah. It's not just going to be in their pockets. And
Right.
They're going to use it for good things.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, mind you, the United States is way too big for 84 million to matter, but
At this point, I think we need 84. At
yeah,
least.
we need something.
We need all the money we can get.
The population of South Korea is only 51.64 million.
Again, the United States.
So wait a second. If the population of Korea is 51 million and they're getting 84 million, couldn't you theoretically give every single man, woman, and child? Or am I doing that math wrong?
54 million, you're getting 84.
Oh, no, I'm doing that wrong. Because it's, technically speaking, if you had 50 million people and $50 million, then everyone gets $1.
Yeah.
That's that
Yeah.
weird math thing that sounds logical until you break it down.
Yeah.
Like, I know that doesn't sound right. There was a recent thing when they were complaining about who's the guy who ran for Bloomberg or whatever it was. He tried running for office earlier in the year, and he spent something like 600 or 6 billion or whatever he spent on his campaign. Or 600.
6
No, I think
billion.
it was like 600 million. It was some ridiculous amount, and people were complaining about how he could have gave that money away and everyone would have got $1 million, something like that. And then like you read it and it's like, okay, wait, that sounds right. But no, if you spend $300 million, you can only give 300 people $1 million.
Is this math class time or is this completing the circuit? I'm confused.
Technically speaking, you couldn't complete circuits without math.
So, anyways, guys, back to what I was saying. This was also by the Register, and this is by Simon Sherwood. So I apologize again for not giving that up front. But moving on to another story here that I have that I hope you guys enjoy. Sorry, 1 second. PlayStation 5. So Sony might send us invites for pre-ordering the PS5. So it is you'll get it's basically a selected based on PlayStation activities, and then you get an email to order the PS5. So what they're doing here, it's not everyone that can get the invitation. It's basically they'll see the activities. They'll send the email to certain people. So it's, I guess, the more you either use your PlayStation 5 or what kind of activities you do on your PlayStation
Yeah.
5, they're gonna send you this email.
That's a weird. That's a
Yeah.
weird ploy. Like, what does that mean? Like, who spent the most money? I mean,
I have no idea. It doesn't say. It just says activities. But here's the other part to this. There's no release date. There's no price yet. But here's what I found interesting, and I'm gonna read this real quick. If I receive an invitation, am I guaranteed to be able to pre-order a PS5 console? The answer to that, no. Believe it or not. Each invitation is open for a limited time, and quantities are limited per PSN ID per transaction. And then what comes with it, you'll get your PS5 console or PS5 digital edition, two DualSense wireless controllers, two DualSense charging stations, 2 Pulse 3D wireless headsets, 2 media remotes, and 2 HD cameras. So I found that very interesting. And actually, Dom, let me send this to you so you can actually see what.
yeah. What is it? You get all that if you get an invitation?
You have the option to buy that many. That's how much you can buy.
I don't know if it's really to buy. It really doesn't show. I'm sending it to Dom so he can look at this too. And the PS5 console pre-order reservations will be first come, first serve.
What? 2 HD cameras? I don't. That is very odd to me. For one, it's like, okay, here's your invitation, but you're not guaranteed. I get that. Now, if it's like, okay, you have a month to get one, I can see that. But
hold on, Dom, before you go on. So to get on the list for one of the pre-order invites, you need to go to the PlayStation website and submit your PSN username on the form.
Right. Did you do that? I did that yesterday. No, you didn't. You should do it right now.
Under certain circumstances,
I mean, yeah, go. It's
I don't want to take up the.
It's tough
if I get selected and then someone else. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. I mean, I don't know. With all the buildup of all this pre-order stuff, people have their eyes like laser focused on it. When the PS4 pre-orders hit, I was in the middle of work, and I think it hit like 1:00, and I just went on Amazon and just ordered it. It was no problem.
Well, here's the thing, Erin, you said something interesting today about a poll that you did or saw.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about that real quick?
Oh, the
Yeah.
Poll?
Yeah.
It was a poll that I put out on our Twitter, and it essentially I was just asking everybody what they preferred over, like, if they were looking forward to the Xbox or the PlayStation, and or maybe it is the one I saw. Well, the biggest thing is that people are mostly looking forward to the PS5 over the Xbox. By I think it was like 75% to.
Do you know how many people were in that poll? Something like 22K or something?
Yes. So I did a poll, and then I also saw that IGN also did a poll. So that is where the larger number of the people who submitted it came from, was the IGN one.
And if you want to see that poll, be sure to check us out on Twitter at Completing the Circuit. Or at Completing the C, because our name's too long.
It is.
And what, did our poll have 4 people?
I think it had 5.
Whoa, look at us.
Yeah.
Wow, that's almost all the people on the team. We'll get there. We're gonna get
Watch
there.
out, IGN. We're making a comeback. Right
Oh
now.
yeah. Yeah, give us like 2080. And then
So guys, if you guys want to get on the list and see, get your shot in, just go to the PlayStation website and submit your PlayStation Network username and on the form, and that'll at least get you guys on there. And I wish you all the best.
That's surprising too. Why do the name instead of the email? Because technically speaking, there's nothing to stop me.
Because your email's already attached to it.
No, I know, but there's nothing to stop me from going through my PSN list and, for example, submitting you and this person and this person and this person. You could effectively submit the entire PlayStation Network.
They can probably see.
How?
I don't know. I'm just saying they might be able to see.
I mean, I don't know. That's just there's something strange with that whole thing. I don't exactly know what it is, but something seems off.
Well, it says they'll contact you via email, so it's possible that you do it through PlayStation. So you could submit other people, but it's going to email them per.
Right, and I'm not saying that's necessarily a problem, but technically speaking, I mean, there's already bots on the PlayStation Network. I get those. I don't know if you get those Joey, but I get those messages from like those pornographic websites all the time.
I don't go on porn websites, so no.
No, but you get the messages for them.
No.
Okay,
Because I
nice
stay
try.
away from porn.
I know you do.
I'm a Christian.
Yeah, no, you're not. So, I know that bots get. I know you're one of those freaking bots. That's what I'm gonna go ahead and just call it right now. Joey's the bot.
I just go after you.
Yeah, that's what it's been the whole time. You just send me
BBWs at night.
Oh my goodness. You know what? I'm willing. If I find that message pop up, I swear to God, I'm telling you.
Do I have to become Michael at American Express?
No, you don't have to become Michael. Michael's his faux character. That's a story for another time. So my point is obviously if the bots are able to get on the network, they're able to see. Not that it's no harm, no foul. But what's the point of allowing pre-order signups if technically speaking, a bot can go on and just submit every single name that's on the PlayStation Store or on the PlayStation Network?
Can you say that without mumbling so much?
What would be the point if you could submit every single username on the PlayStation Network when it's up?
I mean, I don't know. Please tell us.
I don't know. I have no idea what either of these companies are doing right now. Microsoft's being weird. Erin was telling me earlier in the week that, didn't you say something about how someone like leaked information or something about, what was the thing?
Kind of. So it was a podcast, and I wish I'd known we were going to talk about it. I'd have it prepared, but I can probably find it. Effectively, it was a podcast, and that they have like a PlayStation guy and an Xbox guy. And the guy who is covering Xbox said that he has an insider who works at Microsoft, and he was asking them, so are all of our speculations true that this is just a game of chicken? And the insider who works at Microsoft said, yeah, effectively, it's just a game of chicken. Like, that's what's going on behind the scenes too.
I mean, that's nothing weird. I mean,
they've not to this degree, but we've had prices months before. In some cases, we had prices a year before.
Look, this point, Microsoft should just announce it. They already lost. They've already lost. They should just announce when they're going to release this thing, and price, and cross their fingers they sell 10,000 units.
The Halo thing screwed them. I mean, it really
everything screwed them.
Yeah,
the presentation screwed them. Yeah, that's Halo thing that now possibly being, like we talked about last week, 2022.
I don't even think we talked about that last week.
Oh, we didn't?
I think we talked about that in private.
Oh, that Halo. Yeah, guys. Halo is possibly won't be coming to Xbox until 2022.
Yeah. I see that bouncing back and forth on Twitter, though, so we don't have any
No, it's not definite.
It's just a rumor right now.
Right.
But, I mean, it's ridiculous.
It is. The fact is that I don't care if it comes out 2021, you lost. Xbox lost.
Now they have no launch titles.
No.
And all the ones that they had, we don't even know what they look like because there was no gameplay. Except for...
it's sad.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
And the prices have been leaking like crazy.
At this point, Xbox, release your thing at $299 because it's not worth the $5.99.
The current rumor is that so I initially had thought, as did a lot of people, that the Series S was going to be $299. That was the rumor.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. Supposedly the Series X, the main console, is going to be $599. I've heard that rumor. Now, prices have been all over the place, but they seem to be locking in. And this particular leaked information hit pretty hard in terms of its accuracy. The PlayStation, Sony seems to be doing about what I was expecting. $399 for the all digital, and then $499 for the classic, as I've been calling it.
If Xbox releases at $5.99, they're not going to sell.
They're screwed.
Well, that's part of why they're playing chicken, per what the guy in the podcast was saying.
It doesn't
that they're waiting to see what Sony's two versions of prices are, because no one's ever done the two versions at one time. So they're trying to see how they do the different versions to know how to price their versions to see if it works or not.
They can't sell it at top price anymore. At this point,
no,
they can't.
No.
If you don't have that main game, Halo was your main thing.
Yeah,
you can't sell it at $5.99.
And if you're going to be more expensive,
yeah.
Well, they did bring Staten back, or Staten.
It doesn't matter,
or whatever.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. I don't even know
Halo
what
is
Staten
what the only thing that was gonna make it worth
He's the
buying.
original Halo. They brought him back on the project to catch Halo up.
Oh, he's a dude, Joseph Staten.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm sorry, but still, it doesn't matter. It's still going to be delayed till 2021, the latest.
Oh.
Or I'm sorry, not the latest, the earliest.
Yeah, that's one of the polls that I did on our page was because they were talking about Halo at some point recently, and so I asked everybody, which one would you prefer? A delayed game that is better, or a mediocre game that you can play sooner? The delayed game won the most.
Of course, but here's the problem: it's going to be mediocre. I'm going to tell you right now, this delay of this game is not going to help it one bit. To me, it's still going to be mediocre. Here's the problem: you made this game available on PC.
Mm-hmm.
So why would someone, if someone's just looking for it, I want to play Halo, but you already got a PC already built for gaming? Why would you spend that money to buy an Xbox for Halo when you can just buy it on PC and there you go?
I don't even think it's going to be... I'm not necessarily worried as much about the quality per se. They announced it as a launch title, so people had set expectations.
Right, right.
And then it's basically saying the one thing that we had
is delayed.
Now we have nothing.
Yeah, here's a tease.
They don't have Forza. They don't have Fable.
Yeah.
They don't have Halo. They don't have Gears. So any title that launches on there, you can get on the PS5 anyway. Yeah. And if the PS5 is cheaper, then you're done.
Right.
It'll be a Wii U. It will literally be a Wii U.
Yeah.
And I would actually even consider, if that thing ends up being more expensive than the PS5 and everything that we've been talking about this whole time is true, as far as
Microsoft should stop making Xbox.
I wouldn't even buy one. I wouldn't.
I would buy one once the price it goes on clearance.
Yeah.
And at that point, what's the point? I mean, at that, you know what I'm saying?
Because honestly, I have a feeling this is the last time they're going to make something.
I think so too.
And it better be. Because after this, there's no coming back.
No. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate too that Nintendo isn't in the ring for like graphics and stuff. They're playing their own market. They're doing their own thing.
Nintendo's their own beast.
They are.
That is.
But I don't even think
they are playing. Here's the thing about Nintendo. They're geniuses because they're staying in their lane. They're not trying to go outside.
They found their own lane.
They're staying in their lane and they're playing it perfect.
Absolutely.
Playing perfect. So Nintendo, I give all props. Stay in your lane. You know what lane you are in. Stay in it. You don't need to worry about playing with PlayStation. You don't need to worry about, well, you're going to surpass Xbox now, but you don't need to worry about playing with PlayStation. PlayStation's their one thing. Nintendo's another. Right now, what's funny is, after this, the two major markets is now Nintendo and Sony.
Right, but they're not going to be competing, and that's going to be back in the day, N64, PlayStation.
Yes.
Nintendo consoles versus Sega.
But we don't need to compete.
No, you want the competition. That's what moves innovation
forward. I get what you're saying. I get it.
And that also brings prices down.
Correct. I get what you're saying. But at the same time, for right now, until the next gaming console I think might catch on is Strata.
Stadia. Stadia is abysmal. Stadia is not even a game console. It's a streaming service by Google.
I thought it was a game console.
No, it's not a game console.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's a streaming service. Google's basically putting their foot in the race first on that, and they're just waiting for it to hit.
Here's what this is. Microsoft is out.
Ding, ding, ding.
But here's the thing. This now opens the door for you, Apple.
And that is a theory that I actually wanted to jump on, because I've been saying that Apple, for this whole Unreal thing, should just go ahead. What did they? We talked about this last week. They should just buy Unreal. If they buy Unreal, think about it this way: there are so many PS4 games, so many console games that run on Unreal Engine. Apple buys Unreal. They can go ahead, make Unreal Engine, work on Mac.
Unreal ain't gonna sell to Apple.
If you go in and buy all the shares, if you're a publicly traded company, they don't have any other choice.
Well, okay.
You know what I'm saying? You just buy.
True.
You could buy your way in. There's probably a lot more technical stuff, and I'm sure right now the last thing that Apple needs is to go and buy another big company just to make them bigger. But if all this stuff were to blow over, and here's the other thing too, so they can go in. Let's say they buy Unreal. They could bring the App Store price down. So let's say 10%. So their cut's 10%. But now
they ain't gonna bring it down.
They could if they get all that revenue from the Unreal Engine.
But you know damn well that Apple wouldn't do that.
It appeases if it kills the lawsuit and it gets the heat off their back. Why not? Think of it. We're talking about Apple.
No,
but this could end up causing them a lot of damage. Apple would then become pear and grape if it gets separated by the government.
I just don't see price cuts. I see price increases.
No, but that's what I'm saying. All they'd have to do is now they just basically subsidize, because Unreal charges, although it's much more reasonable, whatever income you get when you use their engine. You can use their engine for free, and as soon as you start making money, it's something like after the first million or something, then they take like 12% or whatever it is. There are a lot of console games, and a lot of PC games, and a lot of old games that use versions of Unreal Engine.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have the other side of it, which is, okay, fine, so they get Fortnite and all that stuff. But they can refactor Unreal Engine to at least work with macOS. So any game you make instantly perfectly works on macOS.
But here's my thing. I wouldn't, with Apple, if I was running Apple, I wouldn't want just macOS. I would want my own console.
Sure, but all their devices run on the macOS kernel, meaning if it works on macOS, it works on your iPad, it works on your iPhone, it works on your Apple TV.
Well, yeah, I see what you're saying.
So it's all one and the same, but that's their way to get into the gaming space.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that might be tough. They go in and try to buy Unreal. It's like, okay, what the hell's going on here with it? Like something strange is going on. You're getting some.
I wonder what their console name would be. Apple Box.
Back
Apple
to
Box.
The Apple Box. That's a good question, actually. What would you call that? What would Apple call it? They have a very
The Apple.
consistent naming scheme as far as like.
And what would their controllers look like? Are they like iPhones?
They'd probably be. Yeah, that would be a weird controller.
Right?
They'd probably just say, no, you can use your iPad.
But it'll have the Apple Glow. Like the Xbox thing, it has the Apple Glow, so you press the Apple Glow to turn it on.
The Apple logo in the middle.
Yeah,
of
the Apple logo.
They probably wouldn't do that, so it would save battery life.
So iPlay is what everybody is speculating their console would be called.
Interesting.
And it looks like a little Mac Mini, just skinnier.
The iPlay
No, not the iPod. What was that? What's that bundle service called?
bundle service?
Remember I was talking about the bundle service that they're coming up?
The I forget. Apple Bundle Digital Service. It's called supposedly.
I know it's not iPlay, but
I can't find it. Bloomberg. Where is it? Digital Services. There was a name for it. I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't remember what it was called. Apple One. Apple One subscription bundles.
And then what was the name that they're saying? iPlay?
Mm-hmm.
Because supposedly they're also going to bundle the news, their new Apple News Plus, into this bundle service. So it's going to be like a lot of things. And you get bigger iCloud storage. So you get Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, Apple News, the stupid game thing with no games in it. That's Joey's opinion. Joey's review. Arcade.
I've been talking. No, hold on. I've been talking a little bit pots. That Samurai Jack game on Apple Arcade.
Oh, he's been playing that a lot.
That's a lot of fun. Now, there is some bugs, but it's still a lot of fun. That's probably the funnest game I've played.
Like coding bugs or bugs in the game you slash with your sword?
Coding.
I just want
Bugs next.
Coding.
See?
There are bugs that you slash, but there's coding.
Here we go. So okay.
Because I fell through something that I don't think I was supposed to fall through.
He had an out of bounds glitch.
And it kept happening. But then I finally advanced to the next level, even though I fell through that. I don't know how I did it. But still, I don't know if it's part of the game or not. Anyways, going back. iPlay. I really want to talk about iPlay.
So
I know iPlay is not real, but that just because now if you think about it, now
it makes you think of iTouch.
But here's the thing: if they do iPlay right, and they already got they have their streaming service on there, they have them Apple Music. That's something else now they can build upon and put all that stuff in there.
Yeah.
Right. So now it's kind of like an Xbox because Xbox was trying to go for that. The problem is, to me, Xbox is not as smooth. Apple with iPlay, if that's what it's called, if they come out with something like that, it's gonna be flawless. It's gonna be beautiful. You have your Apple TV. That can be your Apple. That console will be your Apple TV, right? Because you can get Apple TV on there,
right?
So now you have Apple TV. You have your Apple Music in there. You have this. You have that. You have your news. Dude, that thing is gonna be.
And all their games run on the most stable gaming engine ever to be created on Unreal.
Apple would kill it.
Oh yeah, they would destroy. Right? Oh yeah, they would destroy it.
Sony, that would be something. Watching PlayStation go against Apple,
especially if they're making their own in-house processors, which works on all their stuff.
Yes,
so they would already have the parts anyway.
Yes,
meaning it would be incredibly cheap to manufacture relative to doing the normal R&D, because their typical R&D would just go into everything else anyway.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So they have specific memory for their operating system, which would run on the game console. They have specific processors that, ooh. That's tough.
That is tough.
That's tough.
That's tough.
That's tough.
Shout out to No Life Shack.
Absolutely. That's tough.
But no, I mean, I don't know why I'm all excited for something that's not real right now. But still.
Well, it could be. I mean, did you see that they just acquired Spaces, which is a VR company?
Oh.
I think I did hear about that.
So could that be because they want to move into the VR gaming world, or would that be more because they want VR digital meetings or like Apple Glasses technology?
I can see. Well, yes.
That would make a lot of sense.
That would make sense, but
it could be
gaming.
gaming.
Could be a gaming too.
It could be, but
Apple's making.
I guess if you
know what, it wouldn't shock me that Apple's making slight moves.
Well,
they're small moves, but they're big moves.
This place supposedly specializes this acquisition, the company that Spaces. It's a startup that specializes in VR video conferencing.
Oh, okay, Erin.
Well, not just that, unless I'm getting it mixed up with another one, because I'm pretty sure that I read that they also. Okay, so.
I mean, this is what they specialize in.
So they started out offering free roam VR experiences. And so they would throw you into an experience where your face would be scanned by a wall-mounted camera, and then the data would be overlaid into your in-game avatar so that your fellow players would be actually playing with you inside of the virtual world with your actual face.
Oh, God. That's
according to an Engadget article.
It's going to be like the freaking Simpsons episode.
That's a lot. That would be...
If anyone can do it, Apple would pull it off.
I mean, can you imagine a gaming VR experience by Apple? First of all, it'd be wireless. You already know that. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Yeah. They would not release it. They'd wait like 20 years if it...
And I would, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't be that big-ass headset. It wouldn't be like that.
It probably wouldn't be that big.
It'd be something simple.
The only reason it would have any size or weight at all would be probably for a battery.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, to make it wireless, now you're dealing with wireless transmissions. It has to be fast.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the big problems with VR is that if you have any lag, you start to get sick.
What are the things going to look like? Because you know that you have to have the, what do you call it?
Maybe Apple TV remotes. And you just touch the pads with the thumbs. Yeah. I mean, probably not. That would be pretty... just swinging those... First of all, you'd lose it. I already lose the thing.
Well, you rode one outside.
Yeah, I didn't know they were made of glass. I didn't know they were made of glass.
Complete in circuit.
Yeah.
We didn't know Apple TV remotes were made of glass.
You didn't know that either.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
What are you, a glass expert?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it does look like the back of the iPhone 4.
Yeah.
Lots of things look like that. It also looks like the back of the iPhone 7. The iPhone 7's metal.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did. It was piano black. I have a picture of your old phone. You want me to pull it up?
Excuse me, we're in the podcast, not debate.
Absolutely, we're in debate mode. That is what makes podcasts great.
Yeah, but you're not good at debating.
I'm phenomenal at debating.
Aaron,
see how you want to change the subject? Because
Aaron and I can debate. I think
here.
Keep talking, Aaron. I think a lot of people want to see you.
Aaron, I don't know if you want to pull that one up. Here's the shiny iPhone 7.
Why are you talking
the phone that Joey had?
iPhone 7.
Why are you talking so loud?
I'm just very enthusiastic about showing how wrong you are.
Wait, it looks a little matte to me.
Thank you.
Look up the piano black.
I didn't have piano black.
Yes, you did.
No, don't tell me what I had.
I have a picture of your phone.
No, why would you have a picture of my phone?
Because it's the thumbnail for my "You Don't Need a New Smartphone" video on the iTech Dom channel.
See, he uses my stuff and then he wants to.
3 years ago, you told me I could.
I don't even remember yesterday.
Oh, that shows.
What happened yesterday?
I mean, regardless, I would say. Oh no, you didn't have the piano black. Joey's right. He gets that one.
Thank you.
The piano black looks like the.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why this should be my show. Because I was right.
Well, it's our show.
And again, Dom is just my sidekick.
You were wrong about everything.
See, I'm
else.
like Batman, he's Robin, and that's Catwoman.
Okay.
You would be like.
Babe.
I
was born in the dark.
You were born. And he has a sleep apnea mask. He wears it. And he
Sleep RX is a great company if anyone's looking for a sleep apnea.
Completely the Circuit is not sponsored by Sleep RX or have any affiliation towards it in no way, shape, or form, or receives profits or condones the uses is for entertainment purposes
Tom,
only.
you're going to have a lot of editing.
No, this is perfect. I'm not editing it anymore. I just want it to happen, go smooth, and just let the show go on.
So, let's get back to what we got through the Sony thing. Now, my next thing is Mr. Tesla. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm gonna not Mr. Tesla. My other thing. Sorry, guys. I am losing this. Okay, here we go. So, speaking of with Apple and Epic, Fortnite splitting the two different games because Epic and Apple's fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what that's all about here is Fortnite, and this is actually by.
I think we covered this one early. Like that was one of the first and second stories, right?
I didn't talk. Oh, well, you know what? We maybe already mentioned it, and I didn't.
I don't think so because I haven't looked it up. But it might be possible. I don't know. We talked about it right before we started, so it's hard to remember.
Because we talked a lot about Apple and Epic stuff. But another thing about Apple now is giving customers a full year to buy Apple Care Plus.
Apple Care Plus. They have Apple Care Plus now. What the hell's Apple Care Plus?
So it's probably just your Apple Care.
Plus more.
Yeah, plus more.
Well, are they going to pay for the whole thing this time? Like.
No, what it is so if you bought an iPhone recently, anyone that has bought an iPhone or whatever recently, I got a full year for Apple Care Plus. Now, Apple Care Plus is it doesn't have a fixed price, instead shifting up or down depending on the device you want to protect. For instance, for an example, if you pay $129 for Apple Care Plus for iPhone 7 or 8, and you can get your screen repaired for just $29.
What about the back of the phone? $29's not bad though.
Back of the phone? I don't know.
Because that's where the costs come. That's where like a 10s or something like a 10s Max or something like $700 to fix the back of the.
Wow.
It doesn't say anything about back of the phone, unfortunately.
It seems like a weird thing to talk about, but it's one of those things where it happens, right? I mean,
yeah, they just get you.
Right.
So what's nice about the Apple Care Plus is it lasts 24 months. So you do get 2 years.
Okay. So it's not necessarily a warranty as much as it is just.
So whatever price you
insurance.
end up paying for your device, all that matters is that Apple Care Plus is a little more freely available now. Try not to break your iPhone regardless, though.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say anything in the back. And before I forget, because I've been doing a horrible job, this is from the website Mashable. I am not able to see who the author is due to the fact that my screen is very dark, so I'm not able to see who this is written by. I lied. This is by Alex Perry. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So this is by Alex Perry. But yeah, unfortunately, Dom, with your question about the back of the phone, it doesn't say anything about cover. Anything about that. It just says a screen.
$29 for a screen is, I would say.
I mean, what is it now? It's like $50, if I'm not mistaken, for Apple Care.
To get Apple Care?
No. If you have Apple Care and you break your phone, the screen, I think it's $50 you have to pay.
I think does it depend on which phone? Apple Care. Here we go. Screen repair out of warranty. Screen repair out of warranty. Screen repair out of warranty. Wait.
Are you on Apple's website?
Yeah, I'm on Apple's website.
So this article on The Verge said that this isn't portrayed on Apple's website yet. Just so you know.
I was looking for the current price. Like if you had Apple Care now.
Oh.
I know that they did some kind of coverage. That was what I was looking for. They have, here I see all eligible iPhone models, screen repair, Apple Care Plus fee. So what you were just talking about, I see the $29 right there. The visit fee is waived, whatever that is. That seems a little messed up that you get charged to go get your phone repaired, but not for the phone repair. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Either way, you know what? I'll take it. And Apple seems to be becoming a lot more repair friendly too. I know that I think it might have even been last week. I don't even remember if we talked about this last week. They're allowing non-Apple certified repairs, or they're being more friendly with it. Mm-hmm. Now you can order parts and stuff like that. The whole right to repair thing, which is a super, super positive move. That Mac Pro Joey, the Mac Pro that I got, the graphic, you can get everything replaced in there. You could replace the graphics cards, but the graphics cards have been proprietary by Apple. And just like the iMac Pro's motherboard, they are if you're a repair shop or you're an Apple store and you repair one of the graphics cards on there and you need to order a new one, they will not send out one until you send them the one back. They basically control the supply chain with very specific parts in specific ways. So now if I wanted to go ahead and upgrade the graphics cards in that thing, so the D700s or whatever, it's like $750 a card. And those graphics cards aren't even worth. I mean, first they're from like 2013, 2014, and you need two of them. They have to be the same. It's per card.
Can't get them off eBay or anything.
Because the supply chain's so limited. If you need one, you either have to go through Apple or you have to spend a crap ton of money from someone who underground, going to the dark side of Apple, the chewed part.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying, they just seem to be more repair friendly.
So I have, unless we're still talking about.
No, go.
So people that missed BlackBerry for business or anything, I got good news for you. BlackBerry 5G smartphone with physical keyboard is coming next year. This is again from Mashable. This is by a Stan Schroeder. So, Erin will have this captured so you guys can see what the phone looks like. To me, it looks really nice. I'm going to send it so you can see it too.
Mm-hmm. Is it BlackBerry 5G smartphone with physical keyboards coming out next year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have it. If it's on Mashable.
Yeah, it is.
Looks just like a BlackBerry.
Yep. It does.
But I think it looks really nice. Especially, I know BlackBerry was a big phone back in the day, especially for businesses. I had a BlackBerry Pearl. Did you have a BlackBerry at all?
No. I worked for the over here.
Oh, really?
That RIM building I was in, where that later became Wistron.
Yeah.
That was originally a BlackBerry site.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
So when I first started working there and I had an iPhone, they did not like me very much because the iPhone killed I literally heard from the people who built BlackBerries. Yeah. They just did not like them because it just nuked them. They didn't realize. I have some other. I'm gonna talk about that very particular device in a video that hopefully I will get done one of these days about some.
Erin, did you have a BlackBerry or no?
No, I didn't have a smartphone until Razer Droid was my
Okay.
first smartphone.
So I had a BlackBerry Pearl, and the ball was fun. Remember that ball? Dom knows
Completing
that.
the circuit is intended for audiences 13 younger in no way, shape, or form. We're condoning any type of.
It was a white ball.
Oh my god.
Anything else you want to say?
So anyway,
I'll add a disclaimer.
Pearl
later.
BlackBerry.
No, but the BlackBerry Pearl. So when I had the BlackBerry Pearl, it was a great phone. Now, if I had it today, guys, it would look my hands, as you can.
Yeah, they're small.
It was like.
It was like this.
But in high school, you felt cool, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day, I'm over there walking around with a BlackBerry Pearl,
All those buttons.
and I had mine was a Pearl, so it was smaller than the what was that one? Because I know which one you're talking about. It was a bigger form, but mine was a Pearl, so it was that smaller. It was like a smaller version of it. So
this guy, yeah. I remember this.
yeah. So the Pearl was a lot of fun. It was a great phone. The problem with that is once the ball went bad, you're screwed. Because that's how you controlled where to go.
Yeah.
So when the ball went bad and it was getting stuck at places, it's like, son of a. So them coming back it's gonna be interesting. I hope they do good. I know a lot of the how do I word this? In the most polite way I can say this, I know older people in the business world miss them. It was a simple phone, right? When I look at this looks like a simple phone. Again, it basically tells you don't really have to sit there and guess. You got your phone right there. You got Chrome. You got camera. You got this. You got that. Your contacts.
It's Android.
Right, but I'm saying it's more simpler than if someone gets a Galaxy.
basically the same phone, just as a physical keyboard.
I think it's simpler.
I mean,
in my opinion.
I don't know. I haven't used BlackBerry's flavor of Android, but
well, no, neither I have. I'm just looking at the screen. I just think it's all right there in your face, and it's bigger icons for if you're an older person.
You could do all that on Android.
Okay, again, I'm thinking about the older people that don't. If let's say they don't have someone to show them how to set up the phone to make the icons bigger for them, you got the phone right there. That's already there.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. It's tough for me because I was just so close to BlackBerries as far as like seeing them get made.
Completing Circuit does not listen to Dom D. Lozano anymore.
Okay, there it goes. No, Completing Circuit absolutely listens to Dom D. We're just gonna go with the beginning of the last initial. No, the thing that made BlackBerries was the keyboard. I mean, that was the thing. That was their niche, and also BBM, the BlackBerry messaging, which has since been migrated, I think, to even I don't even know if it's been migrated to iOS, but I believe it's on Android. This version of Android.
Yeah, I don't know. You're probably right. I just think it looks, I don't know. But I know a lot of, like I said, I've talked to older people in the business world, and they do miss the BlackBerries. They said that they wish that phone would come back. Well, even though it's not the same, doesn't have the ball, doesn't like they liked, hopefully this still gives them the experience that they're looking for.
Yeah, it's got the keyboard. Even the BlackBerry Pearl, I'm looking at a picture right here. It had a keyboard. It had a condensed keyboard for sure.
I know which one you're talking about, though, the bigger version. My father had the bigger version. So yeah, I mean, and it says right here what's BlackBerry smartphones are known for protecting communications, privacy, and data. So this is incredible. I'm just gonna read this whole thing again. This is by Stan Schroeder. I just want to read this little part. I'm going to restart. BlackBerry smartphones are known for protecting communications, privacy, and data. This is an incredible opportunity for onward mobility.
That was another thing, yeah.
To bring next generation 5G devices to market with the backing of BlackBerry and FIH Mobile. And this little part was said by Peter Franklin, CEO of Onward Mobility. So yeah, I mean, it looks like it'll be a decent phone. Will it sell on market? I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah, probably not. I did totally forget about that though. At one point, the government was big on using BlackBerries because they were like security first, and they were popular for business for that reason too. It's hard to get into them.
I wouldn't be surprised seeing future presidents going back to these phones. I mean, I know iPhone is secure. BlackBerry, I think you can correct me if I'm wrong, but in your opinion, do you think maybe BlackBerry was even more secure?
Current BlackBerry, probably not. It's still running Android, which means it needs to run like the very basic Android operating system. Now they could do stuff to it to make it more secure. Comparing it to an iPhone,
I know that's hard.
I would say, and with a lot of the more recent stuff that's been popping out with iOS and their security,
I don't think anything can actually beat it. That was a stupid question. I don't think there's anything that can beat it. The more I think about it.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It's one of those benefits. It's one of those love-hate relationships you get with Apple because they maintain all their stuff. Yeah. All their stuff secured by them. And we saw how they dealt with that whole FBI fiasco when the FBI wanted to get into that one dude's phone. But their philosophy was, if we give you a key to do this thing, who's to say that key won't get copied?
Yeah.
And then used by other means. And what did the FBI go do? They spent like $20,000 and they paid somebody else and they just got into the phone anyway. They just didn't want to front the $20,000, which I get, but it's like that was an option the whole time. I try to take down an American company. I don't know. That's a whole other thing. That just rubbed me the wrong way. It's like you guys had that option the whole time.
Well, it's funny that you're bringing up the government because my next story actually ties in with your government. The Secret Service bought phone location data, dodging the need for a warrant.
Yes. I am familiar with this story, but I'll let you go ahead.
No, go ahead, please.
So, I read this story earlier in the week. When did that one get published?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. This is by Amanda Yeo. I apologize if I'm saying the last name wrong. This was published on August 18th, 2020.
We are going to do, I think... Erin, when you graduated school, didn't you say the ceremony lady or man practiced the last names beforehand? Isn't it a thing that they do now?
Probably.
Possibly.
You know what I'm talking about?
Well, we submitted cards with the phonetic spelling of our names.
We're going to get you some cards.
They still messed up my last name, so I'm not really feeling bad.
Can you imagine if you were like Giannis?
They called me Michelin. I'm tired of being the Michelin tire man all the time.
I get called Di Lorenzo.
That sounds like an Assassin's Creed. character though.
Yeah, but it's also I think it's this one stupid ass face guy from a movie.
Wow.
I can't remember.
I'm gonna call you Trey Young.
People call me. Don't call me that. And Delorzano, and I've been called all sorts of stuff. There's no R in my last name, so I don't even know where they're getting that from. I think it's a basketball player. I don't know.
I've been Michelin, and then I've been Michelin.
Oh wow,
McKellen.
that's funny.
I'm like, really? Sometimes you just hear butcher like, what? What was that?
Sometimes people. But back to the Secret Service.
No, yeah.
Oh, Erin's last name is brutal. Have you seen it spelled?
Yeah, S.
It's easier just to say
S.
It's gonna throw you off.
Wait,
I forgot. The first 4 letters are consonants.
Wait a minute. It's how do you spell your last name? Isn't it like Steinard?
STRN are the first 4 letters, and then AD.
Oh wait, Stranad.
I get Strand.
Yeah,
Starnard.
Okay, this is not completing the last name. This is completing the circuit. And to get back to the Secret Service being, I think that this whole thing that happened with whatever, it's Article 25 or whatever it was called, that, who's the Snowden guy? He talks about this all the time, about this law that passed in the 70s about the phone companies and how they basically use this precedence to say. I would love
to speak to that guy.
I would too.
He's a very interesting person. Sorry, I don't mean to cut in, but he's a very interesting person. If you get a chance, guys, look him up on YouTube. He actually does a lot of talking there. He's a very smart man, and I recommend you just listen to him just a little bit. I mean, there's long episodes, but just listen to him a little bit. He's full of knowledge. Yeah,
he's a pretty wonderful dude when it comes to security. And this is another example of what he was talking about and how this precedent from this law that was not law, but basically this court case that was settled that says that the companies own the data, that the individuals don't own the data. This whole thing with data is getting out, like this stuff's getting out of control now, because now it's like you can't even believe your own laws anymore.
You can't even take a shit without someone knowing about it.
We got to censor that.
Oh, I mean, sorry. You can't even take a poop without someone knowing that.
No. We're just literally going to censor it. I'm just going to put a beep there, and that's just how it's going to be.
Oh. Sorry.
He said poop. I think you know the word he used. We all know the word. We're all adults here. But, completing the circuit does not condone any behavior. So, no, this whole thing just drives me crazy because it's like, when is privacy privacy? When is privacy not privacy? Like you and me, we talked about this before. I'm not doing anything that bad. You're not doing anything that bad. But at some point or another, it's like.
There's no such thing as privacy. I'm tired of hearing that, oh, yeah, you're protected by privacy. No, I'm not. You do not. Civilians, people, we do not have privacy. There is no such thing. No such thing. And I don't want to hear anything different because there's no such thing.
Get rid of all your digital devices. Don't use credit cards. Use cash only. And don't own a car, property, or...
Yeah, that's the only way. But let me ask you something, Dom. Are you gonna get rid of all your devices and not use a credit card and move to some god-forsaken place in a tent?
Completing the circuit is not condone living in a tent or getting rid of all your electronic devices. As a matter of fact, we need you to keep your electronic devices, or you will continue to be a fan of electronics and listen to the show. Thank you very much. I'm getting better at that.
Jesus, are you going to say that every time I say something?
I think that's going to be a new thing. I'm going to slowly phase out the Bezos thing and just start going into disclaimers. I'm going to make that my new full-time job.
Erin, would you do that? Get rid of your devices, your credit cards, and all that, and move?
I wouldn't. No. I know you're asking Erin, but I was answering your question before. I'll be quiet now. I'll turn around.
Yeah, I mean, would you too? If just that's the only way you can get privacy. Would you do it?
Move solely to my phone.
But no, you don't get a device.
No phone, no credit
phones,
card.
no credit cards,
no owning property, no owning a car.
You just move to some only. Desert area with a tent.
No.
So there, I will stand by my case. We do not have privacy unless you do that. And if you can tell me I'm wrong, show me the evidence.
I would say you're 100% right. I mean, anything that's connected to the internet, basically. Yeah. That's the biggest. And even credit cards by the companies that run the transactions are connected to the internet. Mm-hmm. And even if, fine, you use cash and a flip phone, burner phone, whatever, that you toss out every other week. you're still getting seen by security cameras. Now, we're nothing like China, where they literally have like a social credit score and cameras that face identify you, and it's like a freaking Minority Report.
Yeah. But we might as well.
Yeah.
At this point.
Sometimes it seems like, wait, but are we more like that than we think? Like, I don't think so, but sometimes when stuff like this comes out, it makes me wonder, like, are we more like that than we think, and we're just not being told about it? It's just not in the public eye?
You know, I can go on for hours about these things.
I mean,
hours.
We got some time.
But I'm not going. I mean, in my belief, yeah. I mean, honestly, well, I don't know if I can. Dom, if you need to stop me, go ahead. But when it comes to the government, when have we ever been told anything? The honest truth.
When slavery ended, when the wall came down, when amendments. Hold on. The Bill of Rights made of the first.
Okay. What I'm saying is the Constitution gets rewritten all the time.
We haven't had a constitutional amendment change it since
that we know of. That's what I'm trying to get at.
That's not how the Constitution works.
But what I'm trying to get at, though, is the government doesn't tell you everything.
No, of course not.
Right. So what I'm saying is this. We are, who knows what they do. We have cameras that watch us at the stoplights.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago has banned, of course, that flashing light, but you have cameras that watch you on stoplights. You have cameras that watch you when you're walking the street. You have cameras here. You have cameras there.
You have cameras on your phone.
You have cameras on your phone. You have cameras in your laptop. You have cameras watching you at home with Google and stuff like that. Fact of the matter is, you're being watched 24/7. You're basically living the Truman Show.
I don't think I ever watched the Truman Show.
Oh, well. If
Yeah,
anyone has seen the Truman Show, you guys know what I'm saying.
Would Big Brother be fall in line with the reference?
Well, of course we're saying Big Brother. I mean, Big Brother's always got the eye on you. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
I mean, there is no privacy unless you do what we were just saying.
Yeah, you just
there's no privacy.
You do the Jack Reacher thing.
Yeah,
for the first one.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And I mean, they remember that thing that they were talking about. There was that rumor about how the government wanted to newborn babies. They wanted to put chips in them.
Okay.
Remember they wanted to put tracking chips.
I don't remember hearing the story. No, I'm
not
not familiar with the story.
It was a couple years ago. There was a rumor about how newborn babies. The government wanted to put in chips in the newborn babies. They're saying tracking for kidnapping or anything like that. You can find them that way. It was more to it. Mm-hmm. It was to keep an eye on those people, where they're going at all times. I know. Like I said, I can go on hours about this. I'm not going to, but I'm just saying. There's a little piece of an example. There is no such thing as privacy. Every day, your privacy is being infringed on, and it's never going to stop. It's going to get worse, worse, and worse. That's all I'm going to say.
And you know what? It's a tough battle, especially when you have companies that are allowed to. Because even if it's not the government, you have Facebook and so on and so forth, private companies that...
Government.
I would not go as far as to say that Facebook is run by the government.
No, but they're in government hoots.
I don't... Completing the circuit is not condemning if there is, or passing a false or possibly irrefutable information of any kind. Please do not take any of this for granted, and we are here strictly for entertainment purposes only. Now it's a legal thing. Okay. Okay. First of all, Bezos runs the world. We're not getting into conspiracy theories here. No, back into the tech. The thing that and you know what? It all stems into one big kind of categorical thing, which is we are slowly going from an industry. The industry has moved from where we used to own the stuff that we had. You buy a game, you own it. You buy a console, you own it. You buy a movie, you own it. You buy a phone, you own it. And just like with our data, just like with our privacy, just like with all of our devices and services, we are slowly just being. Instead of just one big cash purchase.
We're buying devices that own us now.
Basically.
you know what I mean?
That's the title of the episode right there. Your devices own you. I mean, I like that. And no one's going to understand what that means until they get to the end of the episode. Man. So if you made it this far, thank you. We appreciate the support. But it's one of those trends, be it government or be it anything like that. It's all technology at the end of the day. But it's slowly becoming, just like you said, the technology is more owning us. And now... Think about trying to get a job, a modern day job, not like a typical.
I mean,
no, it's fine. Just beep it. Don't worry about it.
Look at now, jobs are checking your credit score.
Yeah. Well, no,
before they even hire
a lot of jobs won't even hire if you have a smartphone.
Yeah. If you don't use
You don't have a smartphone.
Yeah. But no, now things are, and I know this is not, but I'm just saying, it's sickening. Jobs are now hiring based on your credit score.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll go on your Facebook profile. They'll look
And
at
it's
everything.
like, okay, first of all, my credit score could be crap because I haven't had a job for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't take that in consideration. No, you just see some guy having a bad luck, but yet you just say, oh, this guy's not responsible.
And that's exactly and you know what? It's tough because from their perspective, it's like, well, we got to protect the business and there's some shady people out there. But from your perspective, which is a totally valid perspective, it's like you could be a plenty good guy, but if you've been on a job for a long time, like that's going to happen. Yeah. Stuff like that happens.
You know, there's people that have lost their homes, foreclosures.
And you know what? If that's the case, then I don't want to see these HR people or any of these hirers, any of these people that do the hiring anymore, get paid all the money that they get paid. They're supposed to be the judge of character. Right. But if a computer can do all the work, then you know what? There's your way to save money right there. Yeah. And then you can go ahead and hire those people onto the first. You know what I'm saying? It's all counterproductive, but finding ways to just nickel and dime the whole system. There used to be a day. I don't know if you ever heard of this snack before. Erin, I'm sure you have. Moon pies.
Oh, I've heard of it. Yeah.
You've heard moon pies?
I've eaten a lot of moon pies.
I heard a story long. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do it. A long time ago,
we're not sponsored by Moon Pies.
Wait a second, not sponsored by Moon Pies or in any way, shape, or form. But if you'd like to sponsor us, please contact us at 1-800. I don't know our number.
Completing the circuit.
We don't have one, so please go ahead and be sure to subscribe and make sure to
email.
Listen. Actually, they could find the email. Wait, this is getting distracting now. There was one point when Moon Pies, the company said, after however many years they were in business, why have you never changed your recipe once? Because that's what people like. That's what we're known for. That's what works. It's not about changing. They didn't change the recipe to bring down the cost, which they could have done, which a lot of companies do. I remember when I was a little kid, Chips Ahoy used to be the size of a soccer ball. I don't know if you remember that. Have you seen a Chips Ahoy recently? Don't they seem a little smaller? Now, that could be because we're larger and bigger people.
No.
But something seems off.
No, it's
Candy,
small.
Everything, chips, you get half a bag. Yeah. At one point, but Moon Pie.
Moon pies are smaller than they used to be.
Oh, so okay. But did they ever change the ingredients?
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah, it's made out of goats.
I would say cheese would have been a better thing because Moon Pie.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but they use protein from goats.
Ew.
It's like marshmallow and graham cracker.
It's marshmallow and graham cracker. My point is, at one point, businesses used to be about, and I think Apple and all these other companies used to be about, how do we make a phenomenal product? Did you see that movie, Ford vs. Ferrari, Joey?
No, but I heard it was a great movie.
It was a great movie, and it talked about, and I won't spoil anything for anyone who's listening, but basically, Ford vs. Ferrari talks about the Ford GT and how it was created. It was an incredibly expensive product. It was never going to be profitable, or it was never foreseen to be profitable, but it was about competition, winning, pride. This whole bottom line return of investment thing is driving me nuts because we're the ones who are basically getting screwed because the world is being built around these things, and now we're required to have these things. Not even for social status.
It's not even phones. It's everything.
It's everything. It's everything. But at one point, you look at Moon Pies, you look at the Ford GT. Those are wonderful, wonderful things that led to maybe not so much Moon Pies, but they lead to other great, incredible ideas and innovations.
You remember back in the day when we all had our own ways of thinking, that we all thought about our, the way we thought freely back in the day?
I'm not entirely sure what you mean.
What I'm saying is, if you think about it, today everyone thinks the same way. You gotta have a fancy phone, you gotta have a fancy car, you gotta have a fancy this, and you gotta have a fancy that.
I wouldn't say. There's a lot of people who really don't, though.
In some way or another, they are. What I'm saying is that the way we think today is not free. And I'm not using this as a Matrix analogy or anything like that. I don't want people to think, oh, this guy thinks we're living in the Matrix. We are. But,
so simulation theory. Hey, that's technology. I can get into simulation theory. Go ahead.
No, I'm joking. I'm just saying, it just seems like no one can think for themselves anymore. There's no creativity. Everything's repeat. Go to sleep, wake up, do the same thing. Go to sleep, wake up, do the same thing. It's rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat.
Routine.
And it's the same thing for every product that gets made. It's rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's formulas.
What I'm saying is when you were talking about that GT movie, the Ford versus Ferrari, those were the days where it wasn't rinse and repeat. It was create, innovate, move on to a new, create.
Well, in the premise of the movie was that he was reluctant.
No, I know. I'm not trying. I'm just saying. Back in those days, in general, not just a movie, it was always
Sure,
innovate,
innovate. Find something new, find something better. Now
Steve Jobs was alive. It was create, innovate. Now it just seems like it's just create, repeat, a little bit of an upgrade.
Last year's phone had 3 cameras at 12 megapixels.
Now we're gonna give you 4
with 12.1 megapixels
with your favorite bumps.
With a bigger bump.
Yeah,
It's even more bumpy than before.
No, I'm just sick. I'm sick of there's no creativity anymore.
No, there's not. There's no risk. You see it in gaming.
No one thinks about.
You see it in movies.
You don't think about. No one thinks outside of the box anymore.
You see it in music.
And it's just sad. This world is just depressing and sad.
No, there's lots of good things about the world. I wouldn't go that far just because they don't make the latest and greatest, most innovative iPhone every year. Doesn't
the
mean
only
it's a
thing
sad
that's
world.
nice about the world is when you go out and see it. I'm talking about, but there's no. It's depressing because there is no creativity.
Right. No one wants to
That's
take the
all I'm
risk.
saying.
No one wants to, but no one wants to invest in risk. Because investing in risk, when the bar has been set so, when phones can do so much, when things can do so much, when games now cost hundreds of millions of dollars,
Yeah.
versus a few $1 million.
But I know we're a technology channel, but I'm taking this minute. I'm not even just talking about phones or tech at all. I'm just talking about in general. There is no creativity. The only time you get creativity nowadays is when you go to a kid. You be like, hey.
Oh yeah, they're free.
Now you just see all the, and it's like, wow. I remember when I was this age and you got all these ideas and I want to go to the moon, but and you, all of a sudden they're talking about technology that you never even thought about. And they put things together. And these are, 5-year-olds. I talked to my little cousin who is now 13, and he tells me all these things. And it's like, wow, if we can all be like that, even in our age or older, think about all the things we could do. That's all I'm saying.
I don't disagree with you. The unfortunate side is that there is a business side, and at the end of the day, people don't work for free.
No, and I get that. The problem is that businesses are just now scared.
Absolutely. Well, and they also figured the formulas out.
They did. They figured us to be robots and rinse and repeat.
Well, more or less. I mean, the formula tells people basically what they want. The data creates the formula.
I feel like, you know what I feel
formula.
like? I'm in a factory line all the time because I go and buy. What happens? New iPhone comes out, right? What do? I buy it. New.
But why? If you have such a, if you're so against it, why do you do it?
And that's what I'm trying to get at. It's like
you have a choice.
No, I know that. What I'm trying to get at is, I say all these things, but I will admit I'm guilty too. I will admit that. I will not sit here and preach and be like I'm this someone that, and then go and do something else. I do it. I'll admit that all day. A new iPhone goes out, I go get it.
But why? You have the choice. I mean,
oh yeah,
we all have the choice. I agree with you. The problem is that we buy the stuff. We complain about DLC, but then we buy it.
And we buy it.
But the question we want. Here's the biggest problem with this whole ideology, though, is that we blame the businesses.
Yeah.
But the businesses don't function without our money.
Right.
We have the complaint, but then we go buy the thing.
Exactly.
So the question is, why are we buying the thing?
Because we're afraid of missing out.
Missing out on something that we all hate?
No, because we're afraid of missing out because everyone else has it. I mean, that's the way that everyone thinks now.
I mean, I don't think that way, but that's
you don't.
Just...
But, and I shouldn't say everybody because I'm speaking out of turn then. But it has been shown that there are people, and maybe that's how I am too. You got this new thing, and even though you're like, it's the same thing from last year, just with 4 cameras. Yeah, but I want to see what it's like. I want it in my hands. I want to be like, oh, I got it.
Right.
Just for that. You know what I think it is? It's that excitement or that thrill of just getting something brand new for that one day.
Oh, yeah. But I remember when I used to buy something new, PSP, iPhones, 2, 3, 4 weeks, I was every single time. I couldn't fall asleep.
Yeah.
When I got this phone, not this one. This one was obviously my first Android. So this one was a little more excited about. But even this one, it was like 2 days. But when I got the 10S, it was the same thing.
Yeah.
When I got the 13 or whatever this phone is, the 11, not 13.
Yeah, but how did you... The most exciting part about Apple products is the box. Opening upside that... No, just opening upside that box. That's just that brand new... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's... But
now when it's a phone anymore, because all I'm doing is unboxing basically. I can fit that 10S that's recording this right now into that 11.
Yeah. Now you did, and I'm sorry to get off sidetrack here. But you told me today what you heard. I don't want to.
Oh, the promotion thing.
Yeah, I know.
If we're gonna end the show with more Apple stuff,
I mean, I know we're going back and forth, and we're talking about. I know that's a back and forth thing, but I might as well. You might as well share it because
there's a deeper philosophical argument here. I mean, one of the things that I have been harking about Apple is this whole promotion thing. I played PC games for a long time, and because of that, I got high refresh monitors. So I know as soon as they introduced the promotion for the iPad, an iPad Pro, I knew exactly what it was about. I knew exactly what it was going to be what the experience was going to be like, and I knew that I wanted it. Now it was just in the iPad, and at the time, I think my iPad Pro, which was the first gen, was like 2 years old, and I was like, it still works perfectly fine as cool as it is. I'll wait for them to put it on the iPhone. iPhone 8, no promotion. iPhone 10, no promotion. iPhone, or whenever it got released, every single iPhone, and then they release. The thing that drives me crazy is I had been talking about releasing a Pro iPhone for the longest time. I wanted them to release a Pro iPhone. It made sense. They had the MacBook Pro. They had the Mac Pro, the iMac Pro, the freaking iPad Pro. They have Pro. Where's the Apple TV Pro? No, I'm kidding. So obviously, the next thing in line would be iPhone Pro. And I thought to myself, okay, what could they really do to make a phone Pro? Well, at the very least, the technology we already know they have, they can put into the iPhone 11 Pro, Max, Plus, whatever you want to call it. They did not. That was the most disappointing thing in the world because I have heard time and time again from anyone who's used an Android phone with one of those super fast refresh screens, that it is a game-changing experience. Like what HDR was to television, like what 1080p from DVD was for television, like what solid-state drives are from hard drives, from standard mechanical hard drives. It's an incredible experience. Yet for some reason, we don't have it. All year long, we keep getting tugged back and forth. The iPhone 12 is going to have it, not going to have it. I think whatever was 2 shows ago, wasn't going to have it at that time. And it was like locked in, nailed, done, wasn't going to have it. This week, now it's supposedly going to have it. So, look, I'm fine about being surprised. Fine, let it have it. I don't even care about the leaks. Screw the leaks. I don't care if every single person says it's going to have it and then it doesn't have it, or if whatever. Have it. It needs to have it. It needs to have it because this whole like waiting for the last possible second before you drop the throttle because you're out of ideas is the dumbest thing that has ever happened to any freaking company. I'm sorry. It just seems like they just wait. This whole waiting game with Sony and Microsoft, they just wait and wait and wait and wait. You know what? Be proud of your freaking consoles. Be proud of your freaking phones. Drop it in there, man. Give it a shot. Okay, so it breaks. Guess what? People are still going to buy the stuff. People still get excited about it, but nothing's exciting anymore. It's fear of missing out because companies have spec'd everything not around you're missing out because you're friends. You're missing out because they know the exact time to drop it, the price to do it for, the way to market it, because they have all the data to know how we're going to respond to it. And then you get that first cluster of people, they jump in, they grab it, it's all theirs, blah, 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 right? And now it's like, well, now all your friends have it. And now there's a bunch available. Now the price is down. It's like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And now you have it. The thing is, you never even have it. Putting the whole episode together, you have to pay for PlayStation Plus, your Netflix, your Spotify, all your different services, and your internet. And then you still don't even have a game. And I think that's a great way to end the show. What do you think, Joe?
Sure.
I don't know. I know that we hit time. So anyway, guys, thanks for listening. I know that this show definitely seemed to take a harder turn, but I liked it.
Yeah.
Erin, what do you think?
Yeah, Erin, do you have any final thoughts? We haven't really heard from you. We've been doing all the talking.
No, I'm good. Just listening to what you have to say.
Yeah, what do you think of that? Did it sound...
I mean, my iPad has promotion. I don't really notice it all that much. So I don't really have any thoughts on that.
Well, hold on. Let's test this. Hold on, I'll be right back. Hold on. I'm going to get my iPad. We'll do a quick iPad review. So the show's not over yet.
Oh, goodness.
All right, now that Dom's gone, you're back to me.
Well, hello, Joey. What have you been up to?
I'm talking to you. I was talking to the people.
Oh, psh.
Okay, here. move my screen around. Just. Okay, so I have a first generation iPad Pro.
Oh, maybe I see it.
There it is. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna trade iPads.
No.
For a day. What do you mean
No.
no? Well, if you don't notice a difference,
We're not trading iPads at all.
I don't see why. Why not? I mean, that's a bigger screen. It's got very
it's got
good
all
performance.
your stuff on
Okay,
it.
then I'll format it and I'll put your stuff on it. We'll
Oh,
literally trade.
absolutely not.
Why could that be though, Joey? Because I thought she said she didn't even notice a difference.
The only reason you want to trade is because she has a keyboard.
Anyway, guys, that about ends this show. So I hope that you enjoyed it. Definitely be sure to check us out on YouTube. I know, obviously, a lot of the stuff, if you're hearing us on anything that's not YouTube, go to YouTube, check us out, because I want people to start leaving comments down. I want to hear your thoughts. It'll be way easier to find us on YouTube. You can find us at Complete Podcast, Completing the Circuit Podcast. You can do all that kind of searching and stuff. Because we're going to start, I really want to start moving the show into a more direction where we're speaking like our real thoughts and break this whole like traditional podcast format thing. I actually like some of the stuff we covered today because it got kind of it got deep. It got deep. Like not to copy Lou from Lou Later, but it got deep.
Joe Rogan.
Or I wouldn't even say
or
Joe.
Hotboxing with Mike Tyson.
Well, we don't have weed.
We could get that.
We could, but we're not.
Guys, leave us a comment if you like to see us smoke weed.
Oh goodness. Okay, we are not. We are not completing the drug test. Anyway, guys, as always, have a good one.
Take care, guys.